in Freeport with DM Jason and the guys at Triple J Gaming, some of our friends. Today, we are going to continue where we left off last time, where Raz had some unfortunate incidences facing the big bad captain at the end of the tunnel. But our heroes were able to defeat the crazy captain and find out some of the secrets of the insane asylum. And they now have a diary from the captain and are getting ready to plunge into it and try and see if they can't discover some of the secrets of the Brine Witch. Why don't we go ahead and just reintroduce ourselves real quick. You'll probably recognize people if you've been watching this already. I'll throw this over to William Roberts.
Hey everybody, this is Joe Merica playing William Roberts, the pirate. Just ready to get down on some more gaming today.
And Velcro.
Hi everybody, this is Jerry playing Velcro, the half-elf ninja, who may have just found religion. Who knows? We'll see.
That is true. The Whispered One does seem to have played a hand in some of the recent battles and some of the lucky rolls that have happened. All right, Talarian.
Valerian, played by Justin. It's the group mage here, always willing to learn any form of knowledge. Some knowledge isn't meant to be learned, but you know what? Who's still a little naive, doesn't really know that yet, so see what he learns.
Awesome. And Luke Skyrunner.
I'm DM. Well, I'm just Josh today. I'm not DM Josh today. I'm playing Luke Skyrunner. Just a little halfling rogue who's died multiple times in one setting so far. Well, not fully died, but knocked unconscious. And I saw the light, but I think the Whispered One kind of dragged me back. So, I got this journal, though. Hopefully we can figure out what's in it.
All right, and just want to make sure before we get too far into it, do all of you have a copy of the handout, Asylum Aftermath? It should have some bullet points on it.
Yes.
So do.
William Roberts, did you get that as well?
Yes, I did.
All right. I guess we should probably take it up. We should probably take it from the end of the very last session. At the end of the last session, Velcro had just taken off to take Raz to the church to see about potentially sticking his soul back into his body. And everyone else had just kind of became conscious. Well, I guess it was really only Luke Skyrunner that was unconscious. And then you guys had quickly searched the room. So we'll pick it up from right after you guys have searched the room, divvied out some of the treasure you had found, and found this journal from the captain. Find that room right now.
You better believe Talarian is reading this journal and these notes on alchemical possibilities with wide-eyed and loving, like, just the influx of knowledge. Dan, there's just a few things in here that I was thinking he'd probably be interesting about. I'm gonna do them one at a time, since I would think one thing would take some time. Do you think that works? To think about, and then let everyone else do whatever they do. So I'm just gonna go in order then with the notes I did. The first one: do I have any idea what this outcast one's, the race that Zabrine believed him to be self a part of? Does that have any meaning to me? You said it says a mythic race, but do I know anything more about what these could be?
Well, whoever wants to know more about them, Can you go ahead and give me a religion check?
Religion, knowledge, religion.
Now, question: are you reading this here in the asylum, or do you guys plan on leaving the asylum and
We left.
going back to a
Oh, I don't know where we are. I wasn't here last
safer
week.
area? Because right now I'm taking it up from you guys are still standing in the asylum.
Oh, yeah, no, we wanted to leave and go rest because we felt like we had
Oh yeah, didn't the
gained
party
new
member
knowledge.
fall?
Is
And-
knowledge local sufficient?
No, knowledge local is not sufficient.
We would.
I'll roll that. That'll be Talarian Korvax. Like he went straight to the book and the notes, and that was the first thing he saw. And so I'm just gonna keep that as like the thing that's like the top of his head. Low roll, but you know what? That +9 still helps. Hopefully.
All right, you guys did actually have a place you were staying at. Does anybody remember it?
The tavern that we were staying at, that we were talking to that girl that they rescued last adventure. Do not remember the name of that place.
Hold on.
You guys were staying with Lady Jane. Remember Lady Jane and Little Nell, the halfling that pretended to be a little girl to get you guys to come?
It might not have been an adventure I was a part of yet.
Yeah,
I
you
guess it
weren't,
is a possibility.
you weren't here yet, but I do. Isn't it? I swear I thought her name was like Mary Jane.
Close. You guys had a place in Scurvy Town with Lady Jane. There was an orphanage there that she runs for children.
I remember.
In kind of like, partial thieves guild.
No,
Maybe
I
not.
recall that. I do.
I would grab the. Talarian's pretty much going straight for the book and the notes. Anything, I don't know if there's anything like material wise that's worth looting here other than that, but that anything knowledge based is his big preference, and he's just going to start grabbing it and putting it away. 'Cause I'm assuming we're making a big rush to get our friend here to the local. I'm guessing the
Yeah,
place
actually,
where we fought those.
Velcro took him and left.
Yeah,
so
actually,
we can
Velcro
take
already
our
took
time.
off. Velcro took his body because he is the fastest. So he actually already took him and took off. He's actually already headed to the clergy.
Okay. Too easy. Well then, other than that, yeah, I guess I'm just collecting all this stuff up
All right,
to get
so
out
I'm
of
going
here.
on a limb and say you guys collect, anything of interest that looks to be of interest, and head back to Scurvy Town.
Where are you going?
Does anybody else want to try a religion check to see if they can know a little more?
I'm assuming a 14 was a shitty roll. Damn.
I can't.
Yeah, this is some pretty esoteric knowledge, to be honest. I guess other checks that I say, well, I will give that may work is if anybody has knowledge of the planes, I would try
Ooh,
that
I'm
too.
actually better at planes than I am religion, but I'm not.
There you go. Try that one.
Meow. Oh.
Holy shit.
I saw that hit that 20. I was like, ooh.
Okay, knowledge of the planes was actually even a little harder than religion, but with that, it really doesn't matter.
You can see into the planes.
The outcast ones were a race of, they weren't necessarily gods, they were more like primordials.
Ah, primordial.
Demigods would not be out there either. Not like the primordials, like the essences of the universe, but more like primordial demons. And they were outcast by the gods because they just wreaked havoc. They wreaked havoc. They wreaked chaos. They brought plagues. Think of them as almost like the four horsemen, just kind of wreaking havoc wherever they went. They weren't necessarily like powerful enough to overthrow or take over worship from and become gods themselves. So the gods trapped them away inside of a dimensional lock. Once you read a little more, this dimensional lock does have a name. It was called the Bleeding Oasis.
Sorry, I'm writing
Anything
all
else?
this down. My bad. You guys can talk. I'm literally writing down everything he just said in my notes. I'm making my wizard a wizardy thing.
Are you doing it in your Google Docs or are you doing it in game?
It's Google Docs for now. I'll probably put certain highlighted items in the group notes later, but it's just for speed of typing. For some reason, Fantasy Grounds is like when I type in it, it's moving really slow for me, so I decided to put most of it. It's also easier to track for me because I can do like bullet points, all that stuff.
All right, I was just curious. Yeah, Luke doesn't know shit about knowledge or the planes, but I mean, if you guys need me to steal something real quick, I could do that.
Well,
Or maybe
we
I could
might
go
want
ask
to
somebody.
leave. I don't know how long we've been here, but all this ruckus we've caused and the firearms that have gone off might have alerted the city guard. It's probably time for us to get back home, and I can do a
That
even
part is totally true.
more in-depth study on all these interesting notes. Yes.
You bring up a very good point there, Talarian. Let's get out of here.
All right. So, DM, I don't know if Talarian would ever stay. What section of town did you say that we had this temporary living in?
Scurvy Town.
I'm assuming that's like the what's the term I'm looking for? I'm too tired
Poor?
to speak English right now. Yeah, poor district / like the slums kind of thing.
Yeah, who you're staying with, Lady Jane, is kind of like the unofficial de facto leader of that part of the city. She
Okay.
takes in the orphans. She takes care of a lot of things. Anyone with a moderate knowledge local would know that she's rumored to be the head of the Thieves Guild in that section of the city. No audio.
Probably
Luke.
I would know that. I would definitely know that. My knowledge local
Yeah, in
base
fact, I
is
think
17,
if we
but I
went
think
back,
I
I
worked for her.
believe you looked into that last time you were talking to her. Because she kind of had that about her.
So when you
There's
That's the
an-
lady. That's the lady
Sorry.
that
There's an
knows I stole
academy
her
she
jewelry.
runs there. There's an
Or her
academy
silverware.
that she runs there, like under the guise of an orphanage, and that's where you guys are staying.
And I tried stealing the Thieves Guild leader's silverware.
Yeah, she thought that was cute.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Solarian, seeing who you guys were leading, where you guys were leading, should be like, oh my, You guys make some quite interesting friends. Are you staying in this part of town? Because
What do you
Talarian
mean?
probably
Like,
grew up in the
it-
middle. He's part of a wizard family, so he probably grew up in.
Luke will look at you and be like, "What do you mean? Like, this is the best part of this whole town. Like, you can have more fun here and get away with it than you can outside, you know? And as long as you know the extra right people," he points at himself, "you might be able to have more fun."
Talarian is just gonna hold even more tightly onto his books and notes that they got from the asylum.
Double check your gold pouch.
Yeah.
Nobody would blame you.
William pats him on the shoulder and says, "Come on, boy. Let's have some fun."
I would like to state that my definition of fun seems to vastly outstrap yours. Because I would like to go through this book. You all can go do whatever fun you want. Also, these notes on his alchemical discoveries are quite interesting.
We stopped
I would
and
like-
got Velcro, right? We stopped at the temple real quick, picked him up, and walked back? Or do you want to stay with...
That is where we said, you guys were heading to or after. Or I told
Either that
where
or
you
I
guys
assume
could
that
meet,
after
or-
a while, Velcro would head back to the scurvy town.
Did someone have a deal with that cleric? I thought someone made a deal with him last time or something like that. Like,
It wasn't so much a deal. You guys got in his good favor because you beat him in game of chances, and that was his god.
okay.
Oh,
That's the one-
that's which one it was. I was having trouble figuring out which temple I took him to.
So that is up to you guys. Are you guys going to leave the asylum and head to Scurvy Town, or head to that temple?
I guess we would probably head to the temple first.
All right. In that case, I'm going to switch it over to the temple. You guys can be there in a few minutes. Velcro had run ahead of you. So Velcro, you show up at this temple / casino with a dead gnome in your arms.
Guess open the door, check to see if that cleric is here.
You see him at a table, and he is about to roll some dice on a table. A bunch of other people standing around it.
Dead body on the table. Put the dead body on the table.
It's exactly what I'm going to do. At least walk up holding a dead body. And like, quick,
Just
I need
depends
your
on how I
help.
react. Are you slapping the dead body onto the table?
No. I wouldn't defile his, sacred dice rolling ritual.
Yes, you would.
Well, if he pays me no mind, yes, I would.
You see him. He apparently seems to be acting favorably for the dice, because as soon as they stop rolling, you see people at one end of the table all go, "Ah," and you see the cleric go, "Yeah! Pay up, bitches!" Puts his hand out and collects money from 3 or 4 different patrons. And he does not notice you. A couple people notice you, but it's not that he pays you no mind. He doesn't look over to see you and then look back. He is engrossed in what he is doing.
Literally walk up next to him carrying this dead body and quick, I need your help.
He's got the dice in his hand. I'm on a roll. And he slaps the dice down. He's like, all right, next roller. You hear some people go,
Slap it down on
and
the
other
table.
people go, aw.
Roll his body. Roll his body.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing. Just slap. There's your next roller.
He's kind of looking at you, and he's like, you were with the thief that got me. I remember you.
I don't know what you're talking about, thief, but yes.
What happened to your friend who talks to the whispered one? Kind of puts his 2 fingers on his neck, and he's like,
Yeah, it's
He was
been
dead.
quite some time. Yeah. We went into the asylum. I think we quelled the evil that was there, at least for the time being. But Raz here got into a little too deep of it. And we could really use your help. The Whispered One has spoken to this one, and I don't think his time is done.
He mentioned once he almost drowned so he was almost killed by water, and now he's killed by fire? This guy's got some serious issues with the elements. You're lucky I owe your friend. And you can tell your friend, I don't owe him no more.
I'll be sure to tell him. Can you do anything?
Let's see. Come with me. And he kind of takes you away from where the little casino area is at. He takes you kind of off to a side room that looks more like what you would consider a temple, only like if you can picture like a church in Las Vegas, that's what this looks like. Like his holy symbol has like, neon lights and are blinking and
roll for seizure.
So you place him on like an altar table and he's looking over him. And he's like, friend's dead. Like, dead. I owe you, but this is going to be costly. I can't absorb everything. And he goes over to a chest and he gets what looks like a very expensive gem. He's like, I'm going to expect half payment upon return. You gonna bargain with them at all? Just gonna accept that.
Oh no, I'm gonna bargain with them. It's how
my
much
friend's dead bodies right there.
Roll something charisma-ish.
Diplomacy.
That would work.
$26.
All right, so you're kind of like looking at me and you're like, man, half? He did beat you fair and square at your God's own rules. He looks down at the gem and that is true. But my God ain't no fool.
Never said he was.
2,000. That's as low as I can go. That's as low as I can go. You could roll an insight check, but that seems like as low as he can go. At the end of the day, he's not going to pay for the resurrection. He's already cutting out like all profit.
Hold on, give me. I'm looking at something. Upon our return, huh? Well,
Yeah, he's
I
not
mean,
expecting the payment right now. He's expecting the payment when you guys can, basically come and pay him. He's going to tell you this is going to take a minute. Bringing someone back from the other side is not a simple task.
no, but the Whispered One has spoken to him, and if his will dictates it.
That is true. If the Whispered One says no, there's nothing I can do about that. I can try and intercede on my God's behalf. But if his God has found it truly time to call his servant home, there's no magic on this world that's going to return him if his God doesn't want it.
Oh, I can say 1,500. And if there's a way to help out your church, I would be willing to help devote some of my efforts towards your church.
He thinks about it for a minute. All right. 1,500, and now your band of merry men owe me a favor.
Sir, I think you have a deal.
Oh, merry man!
I was wondering if someone was something about that.
All right.
I was thinking the same thing.
Check back in a day or two. We'll see if the gods smile upon his life a second time.
Thank you. And I believe we're staying at Lady Jane's. So if you need to get a hold of us.
I know Lady Jane. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I think he would be pretty well known in an area like that, especially with the kind of.
Oh, I'm
He
sure.
is.
And I might not have picked up the insight, but I do and might understand. Velcro might not understand.
You're
the
staying
irony
around
of
her
it,
place.
but-
Just do me a favor. Watch your purse so my money doesn't get stolen.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on my little friend. It's all right.
All right. You see him, he's like, well, how long ago did this happen? It happened probably like a half hour, 45 minutes ago.
It's only been a half hour, 45 minutes. I've gotten here as quickly as I could.
Good, good. That means it's not near as dire as it should be. All right. Well, it looks like my night of fun is over. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get to work. And he takes the gem out and places it on his head and starts going around his temple, and he walks into the back room, and you hear shuffling in the back room.
Okay. Well, then I will. That's all I can do. I will start heading back towards the designated route till I catch up with these guys, or if these guys make it here before I leave.
We did set something like that up. That's right.
Because if they don't show up, if they decide to go straight to Lady Jane's, I was heading back to the asylum.
Yeah, we set it up to where we would stop by there on the way out. I do remember, so that way we made sure we both had the same path if we would run into each other or stop. at the other one.
All right. Well, you guys run into each other kind of, 3/4 of the way back. Or you guys are about 3/4 of the way from the asylum to the church. You guys kind of run into each other. Then I assume from there you're heading straight to Scurvy Town.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, you guys make your way back to Scurvy Town and make your way back to the academy.
On our way there, Tlaren's gonna be like, so what happened to our good friend? Is he gonna be all right? What did the priest say?
The cleric is doing what he can for him, but if this works, we may owe him a favor and some coin.
How much coin? I know revivify spells. Those priests. They hold on to them like their coin purse requires a diamond, if I'm not mistaken. That's gonna. Whew, how much gold did they ask for?
Since you are a wizard, if you want to roll a Arcana or a Knowledge Religion check, you can get an idea of how much this actually should cost market value.
Would it be a lower roll for Arcana versus? It's honestly the same. It's +9 for religion, +10. I'll just do Arcana. Fuck it. It's what I'm good at.
It doesn't matter, even with a penalty, that's still gonna get it. It's not too hard because it's just spell knowledge. You know that this requires a 5,000 gold piece gem.
Whew! Oh damn! He really did give us a fucking.
Honestly, I was thinking about doing a praise on the gem that he was showing, but I got squat for a praise.
Well, I'll tell you this. However much he asked for, was it in like the 5,000 gold range? How much is he asking for?
1,500.
As in 1500 or 15000?
Like 1,500.
Wow, he must like us. That is woo. He gave us one hell of a deal.
Okay, good.
Those gems cost around 5,000 gold pieces to cast Revivify.
Wow.
Oh goddamn! Well, that's one hell of a deal. Hopefully the priest doesn't set us against anyone in the party with what he has to have us do. But it's a god of luck. I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad. Whatever favor he asks for. Seems like a reputable person. The Tillarian has no fucking clue. He's not insightful on people. he seems like he's a priest, right? How bad can he be? He's a priest.
Oh, luck that takes people's money.
Oh, that's funny.
And I guess we'll keep going. I don't want to say what my guy's going to be researching yet, because there's a lot of stuff on here that he wants to ask questions about, but we're not in a safe place, and I'm assuming I can't do research on the run. So to whatever.
We're not in a safe space.
Yeah, on the way back, you guys find any useful info?
Well, if you have any interesting religion, there was a brief mention in his notes that I was going through. It was one of the first pages. He believed himself to be one of the outcast ones. It was a race of primordial demigods, demons, kind of unsure about that part, that were outcast by the gods for wreaking havoc, sent plagues, death, all the bad things bad people do, to get themselves outcast for some reason or another, put in a dimensional lock called the Bleeding Oasis. That's all I got so far, but we'll see what I can figure out later when I start reading more of his notes.
He was one of the outcast ones, the ex-pirate. Okay, he believed himself to be. That's okay. Just making sure I understood that correctly.
He didn't seem like an overpowered demon when we were fighting him, but
He didn't seem crazy enough to believe it, though.
Yeah, I'm sure, Mr. Spider Monkey Man climbing on the ceiling.
I'm kind of just waiting for the DM to tell us we make it back to the house.
Yeah, I think we just head back at that point.
Oh, yeah. If you guys are just chit-chatting, waiting to get back, then you guys make it back without incident.
Yeah, that was like an en route conversation.
Hoping there was somebody stabbed, but okay.
I'm kind of waiting. Did
And
Josh
are you
have to
guys
leave?
leveled up yet?
I
Just wanna
leveled
make
up my
sure before-
character. I leveled up
Yes,
my
I am.
I
William?
want to start doing my role play without Josh because he's not here yet.
Oh, is he not?
William?
What level am I supposed to be right now?
Second.
Dos Levlos.
Says that I am.
And we haven't taken a rest yet since all that combat, right?
You got all your skill ranks set, Joe?
My ranks
No,
would
you
be
have
at
not
2,
taken
wouldn't
a
they?
rest yet. So, I mean, I guess
You have
technically
to
you're
manually
not
enter your ranks.
But they would be at
leveled
2,
up yet.
wouldn't they?
You're just
Yep,
The
max
highest.
2.
Okay.
waiting for rest.
It looks like I did level up then.
Okay, cool.
Josh, all you missed was a brief discussion between me and Velcro on the cost of how much that thing actually costs. He gave us a pretty good deal. It's 5,000 gold to cast that spell usually with that kind of diamond.
5,000 diamond.
But
And you
15,
find out that he no longer owes you a favor.
Oh,
Your group
yeah.
now owes him a favor.
Which
That's
could
fine.
still put us in his good graces.
Right, that's how favors work.
Yep. That's a pretty big favor. I was about to say that's a 3,500 gold piece favor. Well, yeah, I guess we head back. Are we safe now, Jason? Is there any interaction we need to have with Jade before I start asking questions about the
Nope.
notes?
I mean, you guys can. It's really late because you guys went to that asylum. Like it was close to midnight. So honestly, Jade is probably sleeping. Little Nell might still be up running around because halfling sugar rush. But Jade's probably asleep. So unless it's like super important, I don't know if you guys really want to wake her up just to ask her questions.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, my character, I'm assuming everyone wants to take a rest before I do my research, considering I don't think we've had a party rest since that combat, so I'd still have no spell slots, nothing, and all that stuff.
No, you guys actually have had a hella interesting day. You guys
There's no
Actually
reason we can't
did
sit
quite a
back
lot.
and relax. And we don't need to wake up Lady Jane.
Yeah. Get out a few
All right,
sleeping mats and knock out for a few hours. Keep someone
You
on
guys-
watch to watch our coin pouches so that the kids don't practice on us.
Yeah,
Little
the
Nell
kids.
would tell you that don't worry, anything they get from you, they've been instructed to give back.
Okay. Talarian's
As
gonna
long as
hold
you-
really tightly. He's just gonna sleep on top of his books, just like this.
As long as you're staying in Lady Jane's good graces, anything they steal, they'll give back. And throughout the day, you will randomly find that little kids come up to you and randomly give you like a few coins here and there.
Hey, they're
They
just
might
testing
hand,
their
they
skills,
might hand you a
man.
couple spell components or a book. Nothing new. You definitely find that it was all originally yours to begin with. So anything they take, they will give back.
Talarian would be very scared if someone touched his spell book. He's holding on to that thing for dear life.
Oh, well, definitely maybe not your spell book, but like if you have any other like research materials and notebooks, things like that.
Oh yeah, I do. Talarian, hell yeah. He's pretty much covered in books with his little backpack.
Okay, so you guys have for the most part, uneventful night.
Is there
And,
a open area that I might be able to borrow that I could do some research? I'm gonna ask this to Little Mel. Maybe like a small warehouse section that I might be able to do some research.
She kind of takes you into the back where they keep some of the ledgers, and she can like clear off a big table that had some ledgers on it.
Ooh, I would appreciate it. And I'll help her. I'll be like, where do you want me to put these books? I don't want to mess up the too much fellow researchers area or worker as it is. I'll just help her put away
She
all the
mostly
books.
just starts filing them away on a shelf.
Okay. And then I'm just going to rip out that journal he had. So the next thing I had interest in, just in tone of order, what's this biting eye? Like, is this like maybe a reference to a god or a demon maybe? It seems just like a very negative connotation.
That was very esoteric. You wouldn't have heard anything on that. It's just the rumors are not around. The most you can get out of it is it's an entity.
Okay. Another thing. So obviously you mentioned earlier he said so it's mentioning visions of a boiling blood-filled pond with red mist, and I'm assuming that this is referencing to the seal for the outcasts.
I remember I mentioned it had that the place they were locked away, the dimensional lock was
it was called the Bleeding Oasis. Which is what I was saying. I feel like my character would, if I can make it, I'm assuming my character would make an educated guess that this seems to match up.
Yeah, when you start reading about that and the way it is described, you would probably say that is visions of the Bleeding Oasis.
And then the next thing is, what are these torture sultans that he mentions twice? He says making contact with the sultans, made offerings to the outcasts and the torture sultans.
The torture sultans would be like,
Don't you take a roll?
I guess roll an insight before I reveal too much. Yeah, insight or knowledge, religion, arcana. What are the two?
Knowledge, religion, or knowledge, arcana. One of the two.
Actually, not even knowledge, arcana. It'd be knowledge planes, I guess. Would be
They're the sultans of swing.
27.
All right, you would guess that they're kind of like lessers. They would be where the outsider, those outer entities probably wouldn't be making direct contact with mortals. How they do it usually through emissaries, kind of the same way the gods make contact through emissaries. To your best guess, these torture sultans would be like those emissaries, like those
like
gods,
they're priests almost. Or their followers, their cultists?
Not priests, kind of think more of a way like a celestial being is to a god.
Oh, like angels to like heaven almost kind of thing? Or,
I guess that'd be one of the best ways to describe it.
Or like lower level demons to like the main demon. I don't know who 3.5 Pathfinder's main demon for the Hells is. But
yep, but instead on the demon devil track, these the more you research, these would kind of come across more as most adventurers really don't know them. They just know them as monsters. But since your character is very learned, these would be more along like the aberrations, like
Cthulhu.
Okay. And another thing that mentioned, this might not be so much, this might be a little knowledge local. It might be something else instead, but who is this Arzu, the owner of the Cafe Elkin?
Knowledge local.
It's knowledge local? Okay.
Yep.
No. 21.
The Khalif Ikeen is a hookah bar. And it's a bar and hookah
I got
bar.
22.
Sorry, it's a bar.
William Roberts probably has been there before.
I kind of have like knowledge, like I'm assuming William Roberts' local knowledge is like he's actually lived here. My local knowledge is probably more like I've read about and heard stories from my
your local knowledge probably represents more academic. His local knowledge is going to represent more practical.
So it's a bar is it within Freeport?
Yep. Yes, it is within Freeport.
What I know is Arzu is the owner of this bar. Just based on, is there anything I know from word of mouth about this bar, like its location, or like is it in the richer part of the city? Is it located kind of in like the middle
class?
Okay. Anything about Arzu herself that I know, or nothing?
I'm going to say with your academics, kind of, she's the owner and proprietor. And that'd be pretty much as far as your knowledge would begin and end on her.
Okay. And then after that, pretty much my character wants to see if with these diagrams and the additional obsidian sand and his blight sand, if he could maybe think of some interesting alchemical or learn some new alchemical maybe ingredients.
So you're going to put that black sand and the blight sand all together, kind of. I mean, not
Well,
like together in a vial, but I mean, you're going to put the vials all together in one place.
Well, they're all on my person. I'm assuming everyone gave me the obsidian vials. I didn't hear anyone say they wanted it.
But I
Did
mean, you're going
anyone
to put
else
them like
want
on the table, kind of to study them.
Yeah. Is this a bad decision? I don't know. I'm about to find out because that's what I'm doing because I'm about to do research that I wouldn't
Roll a
know.
knowledge arcana and roll a knowledge
Knowledge
perception.
arcana and knowledge perception. Is that like a separate?
Or sorry, not knowledge perception, just a perception.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's the right
knowledge
skill to call.
arcana first. Oh, natural 1. That's unfortunate. All these good rolls had to equalize at some point.
There you go.
It's still an
Give
11.
me a perception check. All right. You know how when you're driving down the road and you're looking at a hot piece of road ahead of you and it kind of gives you that wavy thing, same thing like the desert, you see the heat waves and what's behind, whatever you're viewing behind it kind of has like a wavy, like, you know, the back is not really in a wavy thing, but you perceive it as kind of like wavy.
Or
When
when
you
I
put
casted Burning Hand to the group of people, and I see the heat waves coming off their burning corpses.
Yes, when you that, not necessarily the heat from it, but the effect you get where it looks wavy. When you start putting them all together within close proximity, the more and more you put together, you see like that start to happen around where they're all at.
Can I quickly, not like shatter, but like carefully just separate them more, like put them on opposite ends of the table?
All right, that starts to go away. The farther, the more separated the vials get, the more that goes away till it's completely gone.
Now, I did a knowledge check earlier on the blight sand, and I did a basic knowledge, like this is an ingredient used in some necrotic ingredients because it comes from the blight creatures. Can I do anything to try and figure out what this obsidian sand might be?
I would probably start with the knowledge arcana. All right. Honestly, even with the 29, you don't learn much more else about the sand other than you are using the wrong knowledge check on it. And that what you should really be using on it is knowledge the planes. All right. You don't have a direct line of what this should be used for as far as spells, but you are able to determine that for the most part, this has extraplanar properties. And there's a good chance that a lot of this sand should not be here. And there's a possibility that it has come from another place. And that place, of course, is not on this plane of existence.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. You guys can, if you guys want to do anything either, I'm typing all this down right now, all my notes. So if you guys want
by
to
the
have
way,
any
he's
discussions.
back there for hours. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing simple knowledge checks, but while he's making these checks, he is checking his books. He is, deep in thought. So
figured
this
we'd
is
be
this is
rested
not
up.
like a quick thing. He's taking hours to figure all this out.
I'd just be resting. We've had a hell of a day.
Can you do me? I must have forgotten and deleted it. You told me briefly last time that the blight creatures were necrotic undead blight that affected the city of Freeport. Did I can't remember if maybe I just got a bad knowledge check and that's all I got. Because that's all the notes I wrote down last time.
There's 2 types of sand here.
Oh, in Freeport?
Well, that you have the samples of.
No, yeah, I'm talking about. So last time, because I got blight sand from when we killed the rats and from when we killed the cats that lived in the that we fought in the asylum.
Right.
That's where I got
for the
my
most
2
part, what you
vials.
would know is that's pretty true what I told you. If you want to try and knowledge the planes on it, you can go ahead and do that.
See if they correlate at all with the obsidian. Maybe the blight has something to do with extraplanar activity as well, since they reacted with each other.
The answer is these are from this plane. If you had to draw a correlation, you would consider these similar, but it's kind of like one would be the original, more powerful extraplanar version of the other. The other is kind of like a perverted, now native planar version of the other.
How long ago did the blight sand or the blight creature issue affect Freeport?
Freeport's been affected by these type of blight creatures since pretty much the last major war they had between Freeport and the Mezzanine. That was probably about 100 years ago, maybe a little over.
I feel like I'm taking out all the fucking thing with my questions. I'm trying to give room like for everyone else to talk, like to do stuff. I feel kind of shitty about it.
I'm sleeping.
I mean, they all have the notes. They can come back there and jump in at any time. As if there's anything anybody else wants to know. Otherwise, William probably wouldn't have even learned about what's her name unless he was back there every now and again. Kind of like, what you doing, nerd?
I'm kind of just getting all these notes together, and I was probably going to give one big brief of everything you've given to me. However much they actually listen to me, because I'd be like fucking just knocking all this stuff out. So I guess I'll just knock out any more. Let me see. I thought I had one more thing to ask.
Because I'll be honest, I was waiting for him to roll a check on Azura. Or Arzua.
So could that portable alchemist lab, can I actually say that I have that now? Or was that too much to carry with us on our person without like a bag of holding, since we don't have one of those yet?
That would depend on how much some of the other people would want to carry stuff for you. You could convince them to carry stuff for you. The answer is yes, you can have that.
Talarian would have begged. He doesn't have one and he wants it. He's like, he'd probably be like, I could make, I could try and make you guys some cool stuff, or
the halfling's just gonna look at you and laugh. Carry things. I can't even carry my own stuff.
Well, maybe you could maybe poison be on your dagger. You just carry the vials for me. They're not that heavy.
You're bigger than me. You should be carrying my stuff when I have extra
I'm not
stuff.
very strong. You're probably stronger than me, to be very honest. I'm not quite well.
He's already carrying your body weight in books.
Yeah. All my weights probably has been fucking booked. How much does a portable alchemist lab weigh? Like if I put that in my inventory, is that like an item that's in the
It's a kit, probably weigh about 25 pounds.
Okay.
And basically what it does is it's going to remove any penalties to making alchemy, because usually you take a penalty to making just about anything without the proper tools. So this would remove that penalty, and you are considered to have the proper tools to make alchemical supplies.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So there's obviously all the skills aren't put in here. I might need to add a few. What does that fall under craft?
Yes, that would fall under craft, alchemy.
So it doesn't have like under more than just craft. So I need to create more, obviously. Let me just do that real quick. So that would be intelligence. Sorry. So what other crafts are there? I'm assuming there's like a craft enchantment, craft alchemy, craft.
Craft enchantment actually would be, there's not actually a craft enchantment. That's actually a feat. That would be craft magical arms and armor. Like there's craft magical arms and armor, craft ring, craft rod, craft staff.
Oh, okay, I see.
Help
So
me
that's
out if
something
I'm
to
missing
get.
any guys.
So that'd be something to get later then.
Craft wondrous item.
Okay.
Scribe scroll. Can't
Craft
hear Velcro.
firearms.
Now this
Craft
is
firearms. That would not be a feat because that's actually just a physical thing.
so that would
so
just be a craft.
So craft firearms would be a skill. Velcro. Sorry, I can't hear you. Oh, brew potion is magical. Basically, to make a magical type item, that's a feat. To make a non-magical type item, that would be a craft, like a craft skill.
Okay. I have a question. Based on my intelligence on blight sand, could I assume maybe possibly that a liquefied, maybe distilled version of blight sand, since it is necrotic in nature and it makes these undead creatures, could it possibly create maybe a poison or a venom that I could lace maybe the daggers or the crossbow bolts of maybe my friend Luke, or Velcro, like his bolts, to maybe do extra damage or make someone make a con save with the necrotic?
You definitely
properties
think
of
that
blight
somebody
sand.
with the proper skills of a poison crafter could use these type of supplies to make something detrimental to the mortal body.
Okay. Is poison kit also a feat, like a poisoner?
Yes, craft poison and craft alchemy is two separate skills.
Okay. So alchemy is more the can you give me a rundown? Sorry, obviously I'm the newer one here to 3.5 if you didn't know, so I'm trying to learn
I can share it
everything.
with you later so we don't take up too much time, but there's like a
Yeah.
whole list of alchemical supplies that you can make and what their cost and DC check that you would have to pass to make is.
Okay.
That'd be the same thing with poison.
Appreciate it. All right, well, I think that's all I can really do for now. I have that laboratory for future reference in case alchemy. I'll figure out what I can do with that later. But yeah, that's pretty much I think all I can do notes-wise for now. I'm going to brief everyone on what I just mentioned, and I'm probably going to start with the most, based on what the group said, the biggest lead that we have so far, possibly if we wanted to maybe learn a little bit more about this specific encounter, would be to speak to Arzu, the owner of the Kaif Ilkin. I know she is some owner in the bar in Freeport. he apparently wanted to sacrifice her because he believed that in myth that she if he sacrificed her, it would be a way to open the bleeding oasis and get an audience with the sultans.
William, I want you to either roll a knowledge local on her, or if you already did roll a knowledge local on her, please grab it and drop it back in the chat so I can see it.
I think it was a 22.
Yep, it was a 22.
Okay, now you remember what I said about like your knowledge is academic?
Yeah.
William, you're on mute right now, but this is what you would have known about her. She is pretty much an expert in Azahar lore, myth, and history, and has paid big bucks in the past for illicitly gained or non-illicitly gained items relating to that history and myth.
I relate this over to Talarian.
Ooh, another man who pursues knowledge. I would love to meet her. I think it'd be great. Although I don't know if this helps with our current quest with searching for the witch, but this is quite an interesting find. I don't know if you all would want to go speak to her at all. Maybe warn her of this person who wanted to pursue her for less than nice physical means to her body.
Now, I mean, it might tie to the witch. Talarian, you said both of these sands were similar in nature, one a little more not of this world.
Yes.
And this is just speculation at this point, but it might be semi-infectious, and this standard sand, so to speak, is the after effect. And you said Arzu has knowledge of the bleeding oasis and sultans, yada yada, correct?
Yes.
And then yeah, I feel that should be our heading. Sorry, I went off on a minor rant, but that was something I was thinking about earlier. I just wanted to throw it out to the party. Could be tied to it, might not be. But definitely a problem.
Well said, lad. Well said.
And with that, I'm going to check on family. Back in 2.
All right, so you guys are gonna head to that head to the hookah bar.
Why not? Sounds like it could be fun.
It definitely could be. Give me just a minute to set this up and share this.
Back. Where are we going?
To the hookah bar.
Nice. Oh, also, Talari and I can make use of that alchemical set if you feel like making poisons.
It says acid falls under it, but I don't see like it doesn't say anything about that being like a special. It's just under the big table. It just says craft alchemy acid. Doesn't say anything else about like needing a feat unless I'm not missing something here. Now I wouldn't be able to make a specialty poisoner because I'm not a poisoner. I wouldn't be able to make specialty poisons, but it does say acids in there.
Okay, so poison is under its own craft.
Oh gosh, okay. Suddenly map. Wasn't prepared.
Yep. And this is you guys kind of heading to the hookah bar. So why don't you guys are kind of in that alleyway. I want you to go ahead and kind of position yourselves the way you would be.
What direction are we heading? North?
South.
Oh, south. Talarian's definitely not leading the way, I can tell you that much.
Right, you definitely can go ahead and move yourself behind the others. I was just dropping you all on the sheet.
Just DM question, what is the benefit of a running jump?
A running jump, you don't move, you don't take a penalty to it. Usually you only get the jump half of what your jump should be if you didn't get a running start.
Oh, okay.
So if you get your running start, you get all of it.
Well, as of right now, all my jumps count as running start.
Oh, so basically that means if you make a jump check, you get your full jump distance, even if you were just standing still for the jump.
Cool. But I'm still not running from side to side or jumping from roof to roof yet. I'm not that. I was debating on it. That's why I wanted to know.
No
I'm going to stealth off to the side, though.
When can you start doing that?
All right. Is that your guys' marching order?
Like consistency doing that, I could do it a few times.
I'm stealthing as well.
The way I'm going to take that is Velcro, you do not have a lot to hide behind. Luke, you are literally hiding behind Velcro because, again, there's not much to hide behind.
I am a halfling, so there's that.
There is that.
I'm okay with that.
I'm probably just walking beside William.
You want us to go, like, ahead of you guys?
All right.
I don't know.
So
William's just going to
basically right
casually
there.
walk along to the destination. And I guess the GM can just move William in that
Are you
direction.
stealthing in front of the group, I assume? Behind the group?
In front, kind of where we're at, because we haven't passed the corner of this house yet.
All right. As you approach the corner of that house, you see that bush that's kind of in front of you to the south?
Yeah.
You see a decently dressed female half-elf step out of the alleyway behind there and come around that bush. And she says, "That's far enough, heroes. Looks like you cranked off the wrong people."
I'm look around. Heroes, what?
Hey, Velcro, what's going on? I'm pulling at the back of your shirt. Hey, what are you doing?
Then out of the doorway in front of her busts open a huge looking green creature. Well, not actually huge, just tall to you guys. He's big, like almost 7.5 foot looking dude.
Oh my.
And as soon as he walks out, you see the female looks at him and says, "Do it like we planned, eye biter." The half elf calls toward, and then she draws a wand from her pocket, and she says, "Blood and fortune, take them down."
Do we have
Roll
a
initiative.
picture?
I'm gonna say probably an orc. Okay, yeah. And is the spellcaster there her?
Yes, the big green dude is the E. That's eye biter. And then the female, you haven't heard a name from, but she is the C.
My initial thought was she threatening us, but yeah, this freaking guy busts through a door. That's pretty threatening. I'm jumping off to the side trying to hide.
Did I get initiative rolls from anybody?
Yes, let's. Trying to find it. Oh, there it is. Billy Bob, bringing up the rear.
All right, sorry, I was modifying the modified your rolls, but I didn't change your orders. I just wanted Talarian's owl to go after him. So there really is no surprise around, because any surprise that they possibly could have had on you, she wasted by actually announcing their presence. Although if anybody wants to roll a perception check to see what that does on their turn, go ahead and let me know. But otherwise, Talarian, that is your turn.
Well, Valerian's like, oh my, oh, why can't we ever have just a normal day? Going to fucking town. He's gonna look at the area that they're standing in and be like, well, this worked pretty well last time. He's gonna drop a grease right fucking there.
All right, go ahead and target them both and hit them with it. We'll see how they do.
Clicking. Save. They succeeded. Did pretty good. However, they're still considered flat-footed, which is good for the rogues, I believe.
Right?
And that will be, actually, I'm a step. Oh, wait, no, that's right. It's action, you can't move. Correct me if I'm wrong. Gotta remember, make sure I don't do that wrong next time.
You can't split it up. You can
Oh.
do either or, you just can't split your move in between an action.
So you need to do your movement first, or you can do your action,
No.
then your movement?
You can do either or first. You just can't
Okay.
move, shoot, move.
All right, then I'm gonna go around this fucking corner right here. And my owl's gonna fly up and go on top of that building and just watch from the top of that smokestack. And that'll be Talarian's turn. And his owl. Do you need to confirm movements or something, or is that like?
Yeah, I'm improving it right now.
They have not seen me yet, correct? I'm still hidden.
Correct. They do see Velcro, but they do not see you. Standing behind him.
I don't know how flat-footed helps you guys or not, but that's what they're considered right now. That's all. It's literally what just Grease says, but I don't understand what that means.
Flat-footed means they're denied their dexterity bonus.
Which means we do
Their
get
armor
sneak
class.
attack, correct?
Correct.
should get
Which means
sneak
sneak
attack,
attack
yeah.
does work on them.
Alright, so it doesn't matter then. I'm going to... roll backwards. Grab my bow. Shoot at the eye biter. Will you accept my movement for me, please? I just need to see the distance, okay. That determines whether or not I get my point blank shot. Then I would take a 5-foot step forward, so I do.
All
Alright.
right. Well, with my bow, I'm going to take a shot at eye biter.
Ooh.
With
That's
sneak
nice.
attack, you know. Okay. So that's an extra 4d6 or
It's
sneak
2d.
attack.
Yeah, it's
2d6.
but 46 damage in total because you're bowed. So it's nice.
Yeah.
After you apply your sneak attack to your character,
It should do it
I don't know.
automatically, shouldn't it?
it'll do the damage automatically. I'm just waiting for the sneak attack to be. Okay, there it goes.
Is that damage for? Am I missing something in there or no?
Where's your modifier? Do you not have a modifier to your short bow?
Oh no.
Still Persona Composite.
Okay, that's no more damage. So, and with that, I am going to spend a key point to make another attack on Consonance there.
What is this? A monk? Rogue?
Monk rogue, basically. That should be sneak attack as well.
Oh, is this not like 5th edition where you only get one sneak attack in a turn?
No, it gives me as long as they're denied their dexterity bonus or they're caught flat-footed, you get the sneak attack.
Ooh, that's nasty.
And I figure, take one for both. Hold on, an extra d6 for sneak attack.
Difference is there's a lot more creatures that are immune to sneak attack in this edition.
Extra 5.
Oh, a creature can actually be immune to sneak attack in this edition. Okay.
Yes. And yeah, I'm going to go over there and hide.
Yes, creatures without discernible anatomies or undead that have no critical places to hit because they're just animated. Golems are unaffected by it. Basically, you have to have a discernible anatomy to be able to hit a critical point. Otherwise, sneak attack doesn't work because there's no critical place to hit. Also, creatures like that are immune to critical hits. You can't critically hit an undead. There's no critical place to hit him.
I'm assuming they have other weaknesses as well. It's kind of like a balancing thing.
They take extra damage from positive energy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's my turn.
There must be a hidden enemy that we haven't seen because it went to someone else's turn.
Yeah, I would have liked to make a perception check, but I already did a whole lot of stuff.
Everyone can see what's happening right now.
I mean,
The
if
whole
our
town.
passive perception picks up,
The whole town is watching.
what's my passive? 17.
How do you see your passive perception? What's that in your main tab or combat?
Is it still 10 plus,
10 plus
your
your perception.
Plus my perception. Oh, so I have a 17 as well. Canting Crew. I like that name. Canting Crew Sniper. A 17 misses Luke. Holy shit.
Uh, 18 hits though.
All right,
She gonna attempt to move out of my grease.
You had a arrow come from the top of one of those houses. That would be the easternmost guy. And that seemed to miss you. But as soon as that would seem to miss you, another one hit you dead on in the chest. Nice, good, solid hit. And that's coming from the house right in front of you. About both of them fired almost simultaneously. They also almost as simultaneously stepped back behind the chimneys. Constance.
Is she gonna attempt to move out of the grease?
Yes, she is.
No, she ain't. She's prone.
You have a prone marker?
I can just drop it from effects. I'll do that real quick. Prone, just drag and drop. In fact, I'll put that in my quick bar so I have that on. Boop.
She falls prone. Does that happen at the beginning of her action or the end of it?
It happens when she moves. She can do her action first. So if she did her action before she moved, I don't know. Let me see. I'm reading the right now. Let's see. Failure means it can't move that round and it goes prone. Nope, it can still take its action. It's just considered prone for whatever it's doing.
Cast from prone.
Oh, she's not a spellcaster.
Oh, I seen a wand.
Yeah, they just can't move anymore, considered prone. Is Eyebiter also going to attempt to move out of it?
Yes, he is.
He passes. However, that one square is considered difficult terrain. Other than that, it doesn't really matter.
All right, and that's it. That shouldn't have been 2 attacks on you. That should have only been 1 attack on you. He comes up with a huge whale spear. I mean, almost as, like, actually not almost as big, bigger than your body. I would say almost as big as William Roberts' body. And brings it down, and if you weren't such a small little dinky target, he would have blasted the hell out of you, but he kind of just caught you and grazed you. Mr. Roberts?
If you want to go ahead and approve my movement, and I'm going to fire the blunderbuss directly at Eyebiter using, it's got scatter shot in it, so it's just a 15-foot cone. So I'm assuming I hit him.
Doing a reflex save, or is it just fuck, you're fucking hit? The fucking shotgun, how well?
How does that work, GM?
You have the blunder plus, you just target them and shoot. Should be able to.
Yeah, I just, because it's a 15. There we go. Ooh. How do I move the cone? There we go. Yeah. That's how I'm doing it.
So glad I'm out of that range. Oh, nobody's sitting in the corner of the house, though.
You see that, you hear Constance yell, "Eyebiter! No!"
Just as you planned, right?
More blood for the storm god.
All right, if you're done,
That
end
it?
your turn. Larry?
Ah, yes. Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll step out to right there. And let me see, what can I see from here? Well, nothing like a good old-fashioned instant hit for a downed enemy. I'll shoot a magic missile at her. Constance, who's downed. Like,
Okay.
pew! Pew! That's Talarian's turn. And my owl, I'm just going to have him do his 60-foot fly speed to here, to like the lip of this building. And I want him to see, does he see any other, can I have him do a perception check real quick, see if he spots any other hostiles?
Sure.
Not a great one, but it's still not shitty.
Nope.
Okay. That's my owl's turn. Oh, can I not pass my owl's turn? That's unfortunate.
I am going to run up here next to Velcro and drink my potion of Cure Light. And I'm kind of hugging the wall, and I'm gonna stealth myself too.
All right, Velcro.
Damn, those plus 12s are just fucking. Whew.
Make a quick perception.
Oh wait, did she
No,
die too,
wait.
or just disappear?
Oh yeah, I smacked her with a guiding bolt.
That
Or
guy.
a magic missile. Magic missile. I went pew.
How high up is the roof?
Good job, Talarian.
About 10, 11 feet.
I'm going to try and just make a jump check and be prepared to grab what I can to get me up there quicker.
Come on, he's the
But
ninja.
I'm going to jump and climb.
I think you make it.
So
Come on.
do I just jump up there?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yep. You literally just hop up there.
Perception check. I'm up there now.
You do not see anybody,
I can't
but there
see
is a
over the-
chimney that is wider than a person. And you know there's somebody up there.
Can you see the person from across the way at all? With that angle?
He didn't say he was looking
Assume
across the
I'm
way. He
probably-
said he was
Oh,
looking
sure.
up there.
Sure.
Yeah, if I'm up here, just looking around rooftop to rooftop. But even then, that guy's, I don't know, depending
I
on
don't know,
that
more
tree.
realistic. Like I said, your perception is, man, it's telling you somebody is up there and you don't see them, but there's only one place they could be.
Behind that chimney. And if they are, I mean, I already did my movement up and over. I think
But you
that's
did
about
10
all
foot
I can
up,
do.
10 foot over. You have 10 foot more feet of movement and you still have an attack.
Oh,
Still have an action.
no.
Yeah, that
Sure.
high jump, that's just part of your movement.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. enough, I am going to try and peer around the chimney. Because if I think there's a guy up there, I'm at least going to check.
You do see a guy, and he's got a long bow in his hand, and he looks a little startled to see you. Like he wasn't expecting somebody just to jump on top of the roof and run to him.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. I dropped my Saigon out of my sleeve or whatever and make a melee attack on him.
How brutal is fall damage in this game?
Okay. 1d10 per 10 feet. And you can make a, I'd have to see what it is. You can make a jump check to lessen by a certain amount of feet, and you can make a tumble check to lessen by a certain amount of feet. So if you have really good jump and tumbles, you could potentially fall 40 feet and take no damage.
I'm assuming even flat-footed 12 doesn't hit.
Don't think so. Nope.
Oh,
He's still got armor.
That would
Even
be
though he
the end
doesn't
of my
dodge
turn.
it, it kind of scrapes off his armor.
I was going for, partial cover there too. Hopefully. I don't know. These snipers just saw both of their non-snipers drop.
Yeah, and they also cannot get a bead on the wizard who they wanted to hit first. Kept getting out of any kind of line of sight.
Surprise, surprise.
Standard rule. Drop the wizard first.
How would they know I'm a wizard?
Are you
Because
wearing
you
a pointy?
cast
Came out with
grease.
grease.
Well, no, yes, that I did. But I was saying at first, my high initiative roll really helped me a lot there. But I was like, oh god.
Well, your high initiative roll completely pointed you out too, because you let off with grease, and they were able to be like, shoot him.
And then I went behind the building. I was like, no, I'm good.
Yep. Then you went behind a building and gave yourself total cover, so they couldn't do that. Which totally. 2, 4 full healthy people. 2 dead ground-based troops.
Ah,
Wow. Like their targets all kind of scattered as well. I couldn't imagine them sticking around for much longer, at least. Damn. Snipers rolling good.
That was both of their dex checks is to land off the roof without taking damage.
All right, what about
he does,
damage?
however, leave your threat range, so go ahead and give him an attack of opportunity.
That's fine. Even if I can stab him once, he's not dead, but I'm happy.
damn.
He's lucky.
I guess as they run away, I'm gonna start refilling the blunderbuss.
Is it my turn?
And I guess with that, I'll pass.
Telerian will just walk up there and be like, "We done yet?" And he'll just just turn there and hold a cantrip in case anything else pops up. But his owl, however, is going to fly to this rooftop right here and watch these crew snipers leave.
I'm gonna run to there. It's my full turn. Watch and see which way they go.
Skip to Velcro. Why'd it do that?
Oh, my turn. I want to look at something really quick. Blah, 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 blah. Swift action.
I can't cast through my familiar, right? That comes at later levels, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought.
All right. I will run and jump down, but not before spending a key point to increase my speed by 20 feet.
All right, go ahead and give me a jump or tumble or.
I guess it'd be acrobatics.
Then fine.
And I'm going to chase after that one. Actually,
How far can you get?
guys.
Do that.
Speed's 50.
All right, you want to move yourself?
Yeah, in a moment, dealing with things. Yeah, so really in a full round with like a double move, I have 100 feet. I do want to get in front of them.
Yeah. 'Kay. Yeah. 'Kay. 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 '
I'm not very intimidating, but I'm at least in front of them somewhere. That's me.
And even though he's on the edge of the map, he is now off the map.
Of course, they would head that way.
They both don't. When you get in front of them, they look at each other, and one goes one way and one goes the other. They are splitting up and Hall's balls, and they are both off the map. They are now ducking and dodging and weaving through people.
Fair enough.
Did any of you get to see what William Roberts was telling you, or hear what he was telling you guys?
I don't think so.
Valerian might have. I'm standing right there.
William, you want to repeat what you were noticing?
The entire town's been watching us this whole time.
Tokens are unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd notice that you guys were fighting, and after William points it out, even though you guys are the only ones on the map, there has been quite a bunch of people, like, kind of watching the fight.
So Valerian's gonna see if there's anything cool on this orc's body. Like, ooh.
Gonna say, Luke, check the body.
All right, give me a second, and I will drop them. This treasure.
Were these unmarked enemies? No symbols on them.
Yeah, I don't know why it calls it the Canting Crew. I wish it wouldn't have called it that, because really, yes, they're just unmarked. These guys look flashy. The other guys, not so flashy.
Right. I'm sure, the people are a little unnerved about fighting in the streets, but
They came out yelling at us.
Ooh, I want that wand.
Yeah, nobody's really messing with you or anything like that. You just have amassed a crowd of gawkers.
Luke's gonna wave and be like, "Problem's been taken care of. Everybody can go about their business."
Yep, you heard them. We're the heroes. We know what's best.
Even
Master
they
work
called us
whale
heroes.
spear.
All right, yeah, and I've dropped all their stuff into the party chat.
Do we know what the magical items do, even though, like, so I don't need, like, identify them or anything, right? I just know what they do. I'm just curious about that. Like, I'm not.
You would have to go and identify them. This shouldn't be identifying automatically.
Okay.
Same with the potions.
Yep, they're all potions until you can identify.
I have identify, so it's not that difficult for me to do. I have identify and detect magic, so I would be
You
able
just gotta wait till you're a rest or tonight, whenever you guys go to rest.
Yeah. Although, did I not see her pull the wand out, gestured around at the very beginning of the fight, like she was going to use it for something?
Oh, she definitely pulled out a wand like she was gonna use it. She just never got a chance to.
I'm just going to be like, I'm going to examine you later.
I wouldn't mind the quarterstaff if that's all right.
I don't care about the quarterstaff. I'm not going to be whacking people anytime soon. And that gives me one extra first level thing that I don't have to keep burning hands on. So, DM question: bonded ring, is that like a, what's that term mean? Bonded. Does
It's
that
just
almost
a really nice ring.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like the bond ring that like mages have, like they give them a +1 to their spell DCs. And I was like,
It's just a really pretty ring.
okay.
Get a little more from it from, say, like a copper ring.
Are chakrams like those circle dagger things? Like they're like the circles that have like
Yep,
Xena-
everything's Warrior
Xena
Princess.
used to throw one.
That's pretty cool. And chainmail. Huh. I don't know.
I got some chakrams now.
I don't know who benefits from having chainmail, but that's a thing and that's in there.
While you are searching Constance's body, give me a knowledge local.
Everyone or just me?
Whoever's searching her body.
I'm searching both
That's
their
what I'm
bodies.
about to reveal. All right, there you go. Can you give me the knowledge local?
Yeah.
All right, you guys find a scrap piece of paper in Constance's pocket, and written on it is descriptions of all of you guys, including Raz, and a map to the hookah bar.
So they're going to the hookah bar as well?
Looking for us.
More likely, somebody told them where we were going. The only place we discussed where we were going was back at Jade's place. That might not be a great place for us to go back to anytime soon, boys. Just my recommendation. Didn't really like it that much in the first place. The kids were nice, though.
Valerian, you should take the wand.
Oh, I'm already for it. I've been waiting. I didn't think I would identify it yet, but sure, I'll just take it now. I'll say I identify it whenever we have a free chance.
Or we go back to Lady Jane's and just pay attention.
Can anyone use that whale spear?
I don't think we have anyone who's like proficient in heavy weapons. Unless William Roberts wants it. You're a sailor, aren't you?
It's a two-handed melee weapon. It's a simple weapon. Anyone can use it, I think.
I need my hands for spell casting. I can't. I'm not taking that.
I know it's masterwork. It's nice.
If it's a simple weapon, you should be able to use it.
Let's see who's got the highest charisma.
Yes, please.
Not Talarian. Can tell you that much right now. That's definitely my dumb stat.
I mean, if nobody's going to take it, yes, I will take it as well. I guess I can never have too many weapons.
Velcro, you hear that voice again, and it says, impudent fool.
You're an impotent fool.
And you hear a couple people in the crowd scream and point to the roof to the north of you.
Make a perception check. I make
Definitely don't have to.
good.
Do I see anything?
Oh my. Okay.
I love it.
Well, hello there.
Yeah.
It'd
Go
be
ahead
like
and give me initiative rolls again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh. Hey guys, I might be getting rid of this whale spear a lot quicker than I thought.
I can't keep that initiative roll from last time. I'm just kidding. Still not a horrible initiative roll, but Doru is going really first.
I need to get rid of all these damn screens. Don't need the combat tracker right this moment.
The Doru is not level grounded. It is up in the air, biting down at you.
Oh, this thing's like on me.
Yeah. When he yelled out impotent, and when you hear him growling, that's the voice.
Oh, him.
Yes, him.
Okay.
And just so we're clear, this is just a disembodied head, correct?
I'd call it disembodied, but it is just a head.
Oh. That's promising.
Go ahead and make a fortitude save.
Oh, that's not promising.
Have 1 point of some damage.
1 point of what damage?
So,
Wisdom. Oh. 1 point of damage.
all right, Luke. Luke.
Alright. I'm going to move my 20 feet forward. I see this too, right?
Oh yeah, you see all this.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to shoot it with magic missile.
Okay. Owl doing anything? Velcro?
Well, I think I'm just gonna stab him with the spear that I just picked up.
All right, go ahead and stab him.
Oh, after combat. Actually, it's under actions now. Oh. Well, I'm going to use key point to make one more attack. That goddamn. And then I tumble out of its threat range.
Tumble check. You have to beat a 13 not to take an attack opportunity.
Okie doke.
Okay.
I do. That's my turn. I will pass to Larian.
Question. With the head floating, would it still be a partial cover with my allies all being there in a line?
Not really, no.
Okay. Boop. Well, see if it hits first. Ray of green energy comes crackling out of my hand. See if I hit him or not. Nope. That's unfortunate. I'm seeing that. I'm going to go, well, that's not what I wanted to do. And I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to hide right here. Being like, that's scary.
All right. William?
Good thing you're smart.
What? Who thinks I'm smart?
It's a good thing you're smart. Otherwise, you just have to throw you at something for running away all the time.
I'm pretty much a librarian. I'm not really a fighter.
We noticed.
All right. What are you doing, William?
Same 15-foot cone.
If you right click, you'll see a pointer. Click the pointer, then you'll see a cone. Click the cone, then you can click.
You don't have to put the cone on him. It hits him. I mean, it's as long as you like aim it at him, he's gonna be in the cone. I don't need the cone up there.
So he doesn't take any damage?
That is correct, sir.
Well, that's some bullshit and shit.
I got it. I got this one. Got this one.
Larian, what the hell is this thing?
Valerian is hiding behind a building and was really too scared to be thinking straight. Next round, however, we'll see what he can figure out. Translation, I didn't even think to make a knowledge check in my fucking first round.
I know, I just wanted to throw that out there.
I need a fortitude save, William. All right. he bites William too, and then he gives him very disgusted looks, and he's like, "We will be the end of all of you," and he's pissed because he really wasn't expecting to get injured. Magic user that could injure him. His at will ability to turn invisible.
This dude right here, really?
He went poof.
I mean, you can stay in rounds if you want to, but you're not going to hit him, and he's not there. He's flying away.
I'm running away. Like, I'm running back to Tellurian. Like, all right, you were right. Let's go.
Told you this was a bad idea. Floating demon heads. What in the world? Can I make a knowledge check and try and find out what the hell we just encountered? Would that be knowledge planes, knowledge religion?
Knowledge planes.
That's right, everybody. The heroes just drove off the demon head.
20?
Nope.
Not enough to even get a general thought of what it could possibly be.
Extraplanar creature.
Okay.
Extraplanar creature that doesn't like you and doesn't like you rooting around possible minions is bullshit.
I know the image said his name. Did he ever actually exclaim his name?
His image didn't actually say his name. I said what he was.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not going to say I know what that is. So. I have no clue what that is anyway. I thought it might have been like his fucking name or something.
Honestly, with that, I do have some stuff I got to get to, so I'm going to have to end it here.
I mean, hell, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the fucking notes Tellurian got to take there. I released my inner wizard.
So that's going to end this session. We want to go around the table and give some final thoughts and some goodbyes. We can start with William Roberts.
I don't know. The giant disembodied horny head, like, that's still messing with me right now. But great game session. Had fun. Always fun playing the pirate.
All right. How about Velcro?
Thanks everybody for watching. It was fun. Yeah, the giant disembodied head was... That thing's going to die eventually. Or I'm going to send it back to where it came from. But yeah, good game.
Larian?
Tellurian was all about going on adventure, becoming more powerful, learning new things. Wasn't quite expecting to encounter disembodied head from extraplanar creatures this early into his career as an adventurer. A little concerned about that, but he feels like he started off pretty strong with his note-taking abilities and maybe what else he can possibly bring to the group with maybe these new supplies he's getting access to with his knowledge bases that he has.
And Luke Skyrunner.
Luke doesn't really know what to think about this flying horned thing, but he knows he heard it, so he's pretty happy about that, and he's pretty sure that he's gonna see it again, so he better figure out what the fuck that thing is.
All right, and with that, we're going to draw this to a close. Thank you to my players for showing up today and playing some Freeport, and thank all you out there for joining us. This has been Triple J and the gang. Please go ahead and follow us on social medias. We're pretty much on everything. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, some other things I'm sure Josh can tell you about. There's a bunch of links in the description and below, probably right under where Josh is pointing. Please go ahead and feel free to contact us anytime. We're mostly social media whores. We respond to a whole lot of stuff, and we love chit-chatting about gaming and playing games and anything. We are not just on D&D and fantasy grounds. We're also avid tabletop board gamers and card gamers and video gamers. We're gamers of all type. If it's a game, pretty much we'll at least try and play it. I hope to see y'all again here in 2 weeks for more adventures of the Curse of the Brine Witch in Freeport.